ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life hack full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello, happy Thursday. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday, and congratulations on your abundance. I would love for you to take a moment right now to just stop whatever you're doing and look around. Notice how abundant you really are. Maybe the laundry's going in the distance. You have a laundry machine. You have a laundry machine? What do you call it? You know what I mean. You've got a couch to sit on. You have a phone. You're watching this on TV. Maybe it's your big screen. Yay for you. Amazing. Right now, I am feeling so abundant. You know, last week I was in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada for a beautiful core partnership retreat. And it is complete. I'm back home here in Mexico, and wow, what a beautiful time. I have a little slide here to show you so you can see. I fell in love with the horses. They were so amazing. And we got to really learn how to be in partnership with humans and with the horses. And by the end of 4 days, to be able to invite a horse who's 10 times bigger than you, who is not afraid of anything, and you just invite them and you're able to ask them to go around the pen. And they go around the pen. And then you ask them to come in without any words. And they come in because they've signed up. They've opted in for partnership. It's one of the most mind-blowing experiences I've ever had. It was epic. And it was with the amazing Allison Armstrong, who is the top, in my humble opinion, the top relationship coach on the planet. And so to be able to be in her presence and to be able to learn from her was really a life-changing thing. She's going to be on the show later this year. Super excited to have her, and you'll get to know her and learn from her as well. So excited to have Stephanie Bellinger here. She is a master mentor. She is the creator of the Spiritual Boss Babe. She helps tens of thousands of people find their power. She's amazing. You're going to love her. And then make sure you stay to the end for Mantra Magic. We have a new one this week, as always. And you can watch it on Instagram on Fridays, if you want, at amyjoycoaching.com. And then stay tuned to the end for the meditation moment and the activation. It's a life hack full show. Excited for you to be here. Thank you for taking your very precious time to spend with us today. So now it is the time of the show where we change our state, elevate. Awesome. Today we are going to practice the state raising frequency of gratitude. Gratitude to me is the rocket ship to joy. There is nothing that gets me out of a suffering state quicker than gratitude. So right now I want you to take a deep breath in, because breathing, we always breathe. deep down into the bottom of your belly. That's where all the feelers are. And I want you to exhale. Make that awesome. And let's breathe in another one. And if you want, just wipe off the day. Just get present to right here, right now. Smiling gets you present too. And then exhale. I always like to do 3 breaths. So one more breath in. Exhaling. I want you to think about, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for right now? Right now. I want you to think of 3 things that make you smile so big. Now, sometimes if we're having a hard day, it's hard to do that. It can be challenging. So maybe it's because your heart is beating 100,000 times today and you didn't have to ask it to. Maybe it's because of your lungs are working and they breathe in and out all day long and you didn't have to take one moment to tell them to. Maybe it's because your brain is working on your behalf, telling your arm to raise when you want it to raise and your foot to go forward when you want it to go forward. What are you grateful for? Now, those of you on Facebook, thank you for being here. I see you. I would love to hear from you right now. What are your 3 things that you're grateful for today? 3 things. And may they be something that makes you smile. So that was fast, right? 2 minutes. And you go from wherever you were to wherever you are going to be. And it's in a higher frequency, which feels differently. Our emotions dictate how we feel about our day, our week, our month, and our year, and our life, right? So these 2 minutes every week that we do is to help us change our frequency. And we are going to be talking about that today, specifically about frequency and the importance of it. So excited to do that. So right now, time of the show where we are going to get our shit together. So forget our shit together. We always answer the question of the week. And the question of the week this week is, what is your average frequency? Or in other words, where is your emotional home? How do you feel the majority of the time? Of course, we're humans here at Earth School and we're doing this, right? But there's an average. And so sometimes we don't even know that we're walking around angry the majority of the time. And so right now, I want you to just take a second. If you have a notebook, you're going to want to write some things down because this will change your life. It has completely changed mine. I used to walk around hurt and scared for years. Hurt and scared for years. And it sucked. And it's not necessary. You don't have to. And this is one of the main reasons I do this show every week, is to help us raise our frequency. So this is a very big week for me to be able to get into this even deeper. So did you know that one individual who lives and vibrates to the energy of optimism and a willingness to be non-judgmental of others will counterbalance the negativity, wait for it, of 90,000 individuals who calibrate at the lower weakening levels? I repeat, one person at the frequency or vibration of non-judgment offsets 90,000 individuals that calibrate at the lower levels. Now, what am I talking about? What do you mean lower levels? So I'm going to show you. I've got some slides here for you. All right. So here we go. So I want you to write these things down or take a picture, okay? What is frequency? So this is the definition. I don't have time to get into it because I only have a few minutes, but the rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave, either in a material, as in a sound wave, or in an electromagnetic field, as in a radio wave and light, usually measured per second. So I have some books here that I recommend for you. Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins is an unbelievably powerful book. He has done all the studies. He's amazing. Please read it. Becoming Supernatural is one of the most influential books of my life, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson gets into the nitty-gritties of every frequency and what you can expect to see at that frequency. So highly recommend those books. But for right now, we're going to go just into the practical side of things. So what emotions resonate at what frequency? All right, low emotions, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, anger, and pride, to name the main ones. And high emotions are willingness, acceptance, contentment, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And at enlightenment, as we learned last week with Sri Preeta Ji, my personal guru and spiritual master, that is the level of no suffering, right? So my question to you is, what frequency are you at right now? Here is the chart. Okay, I want you to take a look at this. Now, you can see there's a line through the middle there. That is the line of change. That is where you go from feeling life is hard to crossing that line, and then all of a sudden life is easy. So this is a really good moment to notice. When you start telling yourself life is hard, you know that you are below the line in this moment in a frequency. If we're thinking life is easy, it's amazing, it's creative, right? Then we are above the line, which means we are feeling like life is easy. Pretty easy, right? Easy to know, easy to tell. Now, here's the deal, guys. There's no fence. You can't be kind of happy and kind of crappy. You're either one or the other. Okay, now here's the deal. Dr. David Hawkins says 87% of the planet vibes in a low suffering state, in a low frequency state. Now, here's the very important thing. We create at the frequency at which we vibrate. So this is very important for our life. When I was walking around for decades, hurt and fearful, I was creating and manifesting and putting out the vibration of hurt and fearful. So guess what I got back? Hurt and fear. Period. This is proven scientifically. There's no way to not create guilt or hurt and fear if that is the frequency that you're at. Right? Now, the other is true. If you're at a frequency of love and joy, then you're creating that frequency of things and people and situations. Now, is life perfect? No, this is Earth School. Right? We are doing this. But the overall feeling of your life can completely change. And I can tell you that I love, love, love my life now. And it's because I understand this and I work at it all day long. All right, so ask yourself, where are you right now? Where are you right now? And where are you the majority of the time? Now, you may or may not like the answer, but whatever is true, write it down, because when you know, then you get to do something about it. If you're unaware, you could walk through your life being angry. You could walk through your life being hurt and scared. You could walk through your life in apathy. And if you notice, shame is right there down at the bottom. Run like heck away from shame. It is the lowest vibration. It does not serve us. Run, 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 run. All right, so next. So how to raise your frequency. How do you do it? Now, every week at the beginning, we do Change Your State, Elevate, and I give you 2 to 4 minute little tips on how to raise your frequency. All right, so there's that. But you have to first become aware of what your state is. So is it crappy or happy? Or another way to measure is, am I above the line or below the line? No guilt, no shame about it. Just notice and then do something about it. So another thing you can do is rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being super happy and 1 being super not. Super not. Okay, so where are you? That also will help you know where you are. And when you know where you are, you can do something about it. So then what can you do? You can work the diamond of freedom. And we have gone over this in multiple episodes in the past. I will not ever stop talking about it, because I think it's one of the most important things that you can know, and one of the most important tools you can have in your toolbox. So the first thing is you want to move your body, you want to smile, you want to breathe, you want to move. The second thing you want to do is change your focus. You want to change your focus, and the number one question you can ask yourself is, what am I thankful for? Because gratitude is the rocket ship to joy. And then you got to change your story, because if you feel shitty, you have shitty thoughts. I repeat, if you feel shitty, you have shitty thoughts. So change your thoughts, change your life, change your frequency, change your life. And the fourth step is to connect to source. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are so surrounded by love. We're so loved. We're not alone. And there's help there if we want to just ask for it. All right. So here's some more stats real quick. One individual who lives and vibrates to the energy of pure love and reverence for all of life will counterbalance the negativity of 750,000 individuals who calibrate at the lower weakening levels. Does it matter? Does our frequency matter? Abso-freaking-lutely. It matters. And you don't only change your life, you actually impact thousands and thousands of other people's lives, which is why Stephanie and I do what we do. So excited to have Stephanie, but real quick, I want to give you this. Change your frequency, change your life, change the world. It's just a fact. All right. So being aware of where we're at all day long, we can change, raise, change your life. And here are some goodies for you. So there's a free chapter download at Amy Joy Coaching if you'd like to download that. And then if you want to go straight to Amazon and get the book, you can, but you can dive in deeper with this book. And it's the reason I wrote it was to help you, to help reprogram your mind and your body so that you can have a beautiful, amazing, incredible, love your life. I want you to love your life. So next is the guest of the week. I am very excited to have Stephanie. Stephanie is a spiritual mentor, master practitioner, and trainer of NLP, and the creator of Spiritual Boss Babe, one of the largest online communities and podcasts serving tens of thousands of spiritual entrepreneurial women around the world. Stephanie works with spiritual coaches, healers, and visionary leaders, helping them quantum leap their impact and abundance and create a life and business that sets their soul on fire. Woo, love it. Her mission is to help heart-centered women activate their star power. We're going to talk about that, embody their highest expression of self, and fully own their gifts so that they can be, do, and have it all. Beautiful. Put your hands together. Put some hearts in the chat for the amazing Stephanie Bellinger. Woo!
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. Thank you for saying yes. And I got to meet this beautiful soul at the Abundance Amplifier event a month ago, maybe now already.
Yeah, a little over a month ago already, believe it or not. It's crazy.
Flies. It's nuts. And we just hit it off instantly. Like from the first 2 minutes, I think I was there, I got to meet her. Mm-hmm. And she makes these amazing pendants. Uh-huh. So cool. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I love yours. It's so you.
It was screaming at me on the table. Ah, you got yours too. Yeah. Nice. And it has smoky quartz, which is really good for protection. And it has clear quartz, which is good for basically everything. Mm-hmm. And blue agate. And I wear it almost every day.
Oh, nice. I love that.
It's really, really special to me. Really, really special. I'm so grateful.
So, hear that.
Steph, I didn't tell you this, but I'm going to give you 1 minute to connect with the audience, and I'm going to duck out. And I want you just to tell them whatever you want about you so that they can know you just a little bit better before we go through the interview.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stephanie Bellinger, as you know. And I am super passionate about supporting heart-centered leaders, specifically women, with sharing their message and gifts with the world in such a powerful way. I believe we all came here for a really powerful purpose, and we're meant to share that and do it from a place of being our fully expressed, authentic self. And something that I see happen a lot is we tend to hold back or, shy away or dim down our light for various reasons, programming, whatever. And when we can truly liberate ourselves and be who we came here to be, not only will we be able to make the greatest impact in the world and support people in the most powerful way, but we'll be able to experience so much more joy, abundance, and fulfillment in all areas of our lives. It truly always comes back to us and who we are being and the depth to which we are able to meet ourselves.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, how much in love are you with what you do on a daily basis?
I really love what I do. Like, I can't not do it.
Right.
I have gone through many shifts on the entrepreneurial journey, and I'm sure maybe you can relate. Anyone who's on this journey of sharing their gifts and putting themselves out there, I'm sure has gone through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the personal growth that comes from it, which is insane.
Yeah.
So, um, but I absolutely love what I do, and I, I love the being able to impact people in the way that I do, and I also love that I grow so much myself from it, from being a leader, from showing up and, working through whatever comes up along the way.
Absolutely. Tony Robbins talks about values, knowing your values or your needs, right? And my top three are love, and then it's growth and contribution, because I grow so that I can contribute.
Mhm.
But I love growing. Like
Me too.
I guess you could say I'm addicted to it. Like I have to. Like every day I'm like, I do not want to be the same yesterday as I am today. Like I'm going to learn something new and see how I could apply it to my life. So I'd love to ask you the question of the week, which is, what is your average frequency and or your emotional home? What came up for you when you looked at the chart?
I would say lately it's gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Not that long ago, it was a little lower as I was moving through some heavy stuff.
Yep.
And even in that, I tend to find gratitude for the growth that's happening
Right.
and have a different perspective of the contrast moments. But right now, I'm in a place of gratitude. I feel grateful for having recently had a really powerful breakthrough and expansion in my own healing and expansion journey. And so I'm really excited for what's ahead in my own life and with my work and everything.
Beautiful. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I would say I'm there too with you. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude most of the time right now.
Mm.
Like I'm in awe of all the magic I get to experience every day. And when you train yourself to be in gratitude, like I literally started with post-it notes all over my house
I
and
love that.
signs to myself on my mirror in my bathroom. I've got all the messages. I barely have space for my face. So that because otherwise we're not going to remember, because
Hmm.
most everywhere we look is not teaching us to be in gratitude. It's teaching us to be victims and to be upset and angry and all the guilt and shame. And I think this is important, that if you looked at that chart today and you were below the line, make sure you don't go into guilt and shame about it. It's just about awareness. It's, of
Hmm.
course we're there. Of course we go there. We're humans, right? And we're surrounded by programming that's really, really crappy. So just noticing and then doing something about it is the key. No guilt, no shame. Nada, nada, nada.
Yeah, that's really important.
Oh, shame is the worst. Shame keeps you controlled. Shame keeps you stuck. Shame
It's
keeps you, in the healing sessions that I do, the energetic trauma release, I would say 60-70% of the time it's about shame.
hmm
It's about guilt and shame. So
And
much
it
we
restricts
carry.
your expression too.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me about star power. What is that? What does that mean to you?
So star power means a lot to me, actually. And the best way to describe it is our innate magnetism when we are just like You know that energy of when you're dancing like no one's watching? You don't care what anyone thinks, what anyone says. You are just so embodied. You're so in the moment. Nothing else is on your mind but the pure bliss of just being in your body and having a great time. So that's like the energy of star power to me. And really, it's our full expression.
Mm.
And it pours out into everything that we do. It's kind of like owning the stage, right? But it also has a lot of other meanings to me, as in being the star of this show called life and
Mhm.
our reality, owning the stage with your gifts and your work, being a star seed. We come from the stars, you know? So, but our star power is who we are when we're not holding back, when we're just in our fullest expression, and when we're not giving a shit what other people think.
Right. So how do you help someone? Because I know I remember the days where I was coming into this, like, and I was super scared and timid, and
Same.
I was hiding for years to protect my children, and not on any, like, not out there, like not in photos even. And so to breach that, how do you create that bridge for people? Do you have any tips that you could
Yeah.
share with us?
Well, first, it's a journey. Everybody's on their own journey, and depending on where you are on your journey, it might look a little different. And at the same time, you can make quantum leaps and grow exponentially. So there's not really like but for me, it was uh, the practice of doing things that scared me, doing things that really that got me out of my comfort zone. I remember when I first realized I wanted to support other people, I was in the fitness industry, I was a personal trainer, and I had so much fear and anxiety around teaching fitness classes, but I really wanted to. And I
Mm.
was and the thought of not doing it because I was scared hurt more than the fear of doing it and whatever. And so I started just doing things that got me out of my comfort zone that I was feeling pulled to do. Even when I went on, started doing videos, I knew I had a really powerful message to share from my experience and wisdom and the things that have helped me on my journey. And I wanted to share that with the world, but I was really scared. I was so nervous to go on video, to press the go live button. What if I mess up? Blah, blah, blah. The whole nine. I'm sure you can relate. And I just remember one day having this download. I was like shaking in front of the phone, like ready to press the go live button because I had some stuff to share. And I must have taken like 20 minutes to finally do it. And I just remember in that moment, I was like battling with things and within me, like, I really want to do this. I know I'm here to share something, but I'm scared. And this download came that said, action builds confidence and crushes fear. So the more you'll do something, the less you will feel the fear. It will just subside and you'll build more confidence. So action builds confidence and crushes fear. And then I started remembering other times where I took action on something that I really wanted to do. And then lo and behold, eventually it was like second nature, just like teaching fitness classes. There was one point where I was super scared to do that. And then I was rocking it and it didn't phase me. And so that really helped me. So I would say little steps of like doing things that get you out of your comfort zone. And you might hear that all the time, but it's true. It really is how we expand. If you're feeling pulled to do something, and it's going to support your growth, or it's going to support other people, or it's going to be fun, and you might have your day one moment of like feeling like you suck, just know that you're going to get better, you're going to get wiser, you're going to build confidence, and you're going to ultimately really grow and learn who you are, because who you are on the other side of that fear is more of who you truly are.
Absolutely. And I think another important point is, it's not that you stop being scared.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait till you're not scared to do it.
Exactly.
That's courage, is being scared and doing it anyways.
Yeah, and I still get scared and do stuff anyway. And you know what I realize? There's this little moment in between of the actual doing of it where it's like this energy buildup. And I'm like, oh man, I know I'm going to feel so much better when I do that thing. And then I do it, I feel better. And I'm like, oh. I meet myself more on the other side of it, because who you are before you do the thing that you were scared of versus who you are after is different. And it's just really cool to witness that.
I love that. Something's coming to me from this last retreat, this core partnership, where we have to acknowledge each other and ourselves when we do something like that. Because what happens is we do it and it's a big deal, but we don't even remember that we did it. And the more that we acknowledge ourselves, hey, that was amazing. Like, I really did that. And maybe you call some friends, like, we need to get to the point of being able to celebrate together instead of thinking that we're bragging. It's not about that. It's about, yay, I faced life today, and allow them to do the same. And that builds, here's what I learned, that builds more try. You have more try in you if you have had more acknowledgement about the other times that you've tried and pushed through. And so I encourage you right now to think of a time where you pushed through fear and the benefits of that. Take a second, just do it. And now give yourself a pat on the back for that. Right? Like, really, like, I know this seems cheesy, but this stuff works. We have to acknowledge ourselves. So cool. Yes, I agree. I agree so much. So what has been the most difficult thing that you have ever had to push through in your life and you were scared?
There's been a lot, for sure.
I'm sure. Any of those while traveling by chance?
I'm sorry?
Any of those while traveling by chance?
Not while traveling, but
Okay.
after traveling. After I went to Guatemala, I had a really bad breakup with the person that I was with. And I realized after the fact that there were a lot of things that I didn't realize when I was with him. And it crushed me. It felt like everything was a lie and all this stuff. And I felt like my self-esteem and self-worth was completely diminished. And this was like maybe 3.5 years ago. And I was in a moment where, and that's Guatemala. So I had the most life-changing trip there. I mean, I did my first 5-MeO experience, DMT, and I was like on top of the world. And shortly after that, this breakup happened. And before it was a breakup, it was a back and forth, like in and out, mind fuck kind of thing. Sorry if I'm not allowed to curse. And so I went from this really high point, like if you're talking to the frequency scale, I was in the bliss stage, and I went all the way down to like the depths of the low and couldn't even get out of bed, literally couldn't get out of bed. And I have an audience of people that I support all the time, and I show up like all the time. And it was very hard for me to show up. And I had to have a friend come over and literally just let me just express myself, whatever wanted to come out, and not try to fix it, not try to make me feel better. I just needed to be in it and feel it and share it and be witnessed in it so that I could move through the other side of it. And he's a really great friend of mine who I had come and hold space, and he started encouraging me to work out with him. And I just eventually started finding my spark and my light again. But it was a really, really dark time, especially because I've done so much growth before that. So I was like, how did this even happen? Especially after this crazy, amazing, life-changing experience, which I'm super, super grateful for still. I love like that trip changed my life. But then it was like, boom, spirit was like, yo, this stuff has to come up to the surface, because it was obviously already there from a previous experience way long ago that person just happened to drudge it up.
Right.
And to the surface, because I guess I was more equipped emotionally, whatever, to handle actually healing it, if that makes sense. And so
Yes.
that's what I got out of that. But it was very hard.
I bet. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
way to go. Give yourself a hand. And those of you at home, give yourself a hand. Think of another time where you faced fear, where you pushed through anyways, and you got to experience something amazing. I remember the first time my dad took me on a roller coaster. I was terrified. I was probably 11. I was probably just tall enough to get on. I was so short. And I went on, and I was so terrified, but by the end I was like, woohoo, this is amazing, right? And now I love roller coasters. They're the best. But yeah, you got to face that fear. You got to push through, take that step, and it's worth it, right? Now, I know you have a beautiful gift for the audience. Tell them about that.
Yeah, I have a really awesome abundance hypnosis, and it is something that you can listen to on a daily basis if you'd like to add to your practice. Hypnosis is a really powerful technique that really allows your unconscious mind to accept new beliefs and perspectives. And it's something that's really helped me on my journey. And I love sharing this with people. People who've listened to this multiple times have experienced just a major shifts in their energy, more abundance flowing in a multitude of ways. And it's just a helpful little thing to add to your practice.
Amazing. Hypnosis is the reason I'm, I guess, ultimately even able to do this. I was frozen with fear to go online. And I was in a course called Impact Accelerator with a group called Legendary. They're amazing. They're mentors of mine, Gerald and Allison Rogers. And part of the homework was do a Facebook Live. And I was like, no. And every time, kind of like you, trying to do it, couldn't do it, trying to do it, couldn't do it. And so I called Gerald. I'm like, help. And so he did a hypnosis on me. And at the next day, because it was dark at that point, the next day I did it. I just did it. No issues. Boom.
Go you.
And I was like, okay, hypnosis is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
The subconscious is 95% of us, guys. Remember, we're 95% subconscious, only 5% conscious. That means we're 95% pre-programming that we didn't ask for, right? That was given to us by our family that was doing the best they could, and with our governments and our language and our schooling and our friends, all with bad programming, doing the best that they can, right? So the hypnosis gets into the subconscious, and you get to basically rewrite the program. And it's amazing. Highly recommend it. So go to stephb360.com, and under free gift, you can get your abundance hypnosis. That's amazing. And then how do they reach you otherwise, Steph?
Well, everything is at stephb360.com. So you'll find my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, podcast, like literally everything is there. So that's the easiest place.
Awesome. Amazing. Very cool. I wanted to ask you this. What is your best life hack?
My best life hack.
Like a shortcut.
I guess my embodiment practice that I do, which is super fun. It just basically involves music, movement, mantras, and mirror work. And just once, I call it the M-powered method, M-powered method. I actually started teaching classes, guiding people through it now. And it just, even if it's just one song in the morning, and I put on the song, I sing a little bit of it. Of course, the lyrics of the stuff that I play really matters. And move my body however it wants to move, do some mirror work, tell myself some amazing things. It really shifts my state like immediately and just sets the vibe of the day, and it's super fun.
I saw yours this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Awesome. Yeah, it was really fun. It made me smile. I'm like, you go, girl.
And that's one of my go-to songs. Yeah.
This is how you can find Steph on Instagram, the Spiritual Boss Babe, right? I have that correct, right?
Yep, at the Spiritual Boss Babe, yeah.
And you can follow her. She's amazing. She's super high vibe, and she'll help you get there too if you're having a harder time doing it on your own. And that's another thing, is we got to help ourselves, right? If we're having a hard time, then surround yourself with people who are in a higher frequency and raise. It's called entrainment, actually. So if there's two frequencies, the lower frequency will entrain and raise to the higher frequency. So we got to be careful who we surround ourselves with, right? If everyone's low vibe, don't expect to be high vibe. That's not how it works.
So true. It's so
Right?
important who we surround ourselves with. Yeah. And it's one of the things I'm most grateful for are the people in my life.
Absolutely. So this is my favorite question. If you were on the top of a mountain and you had the whole world's attention for about 20, 30 seconds, and you had one thing to share with them that would make a difference in their life, what would you share?
Oh my goodness. It sounds so simple, but and I don't know
It
who will
usually
listen.
is. It's okay.
But you could really can be, do, and have anything that your heart desires. You just have to remember who the F you are.
And
It's
who are we?
And we are everything, and we're connected to infinite intelligence and have the ability to manipulate our reality to reflect what we truly desire through our vibrational frequency and who we be, who we embody, which is the truth of who we are behind the conditioning and the programming and all of that.
Aho. Aho, aho, aho. This last weekend, we were asking each other, how are you being today?
Mm,
I loved it because this doing BS, we're doing, achieve, more. It's just more programming. But if
yeah,
you ask someone, how are you being today? Ooh, makes you take notice. How am I being today?
yeah,
What,
I like
what is
that.
my state
I think I'm
today?
gonna borrow that.
Do it. And then it helps you take inventory as well. Like, oh, I'm actually angry right now. Okay, what can I do about it? You have control over you. That's the only thing you have control over, actually. So do, work the diamond of freedom, smile, move, get into gratitude, dance, breathe.
Mhm,
So many ways, so many ways. And it works. It works.
mhm.
Thank you, Stephanie, for being here. I
Thank you
just
so
adore
much.
you. I'm so grateful you're in my life. I just know I'm going to see you again. We're going to hang out. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait.
And stay tuned. I'm going to have you back at the end. But thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you so much, Amy. Thank you.
I appreciate you. All right. Perfect. So this is the time of the show for Mantra Magic. Mantras. I love that Stephanie brought up mantras too, because they're so powerful. And why do we do them every week? Well, it's because it helps reprogram the mind. And if you're going to have a loop, you might as well have one that's empowering, right? So often of our loops, because we're 95% unconscious or subconscious, they're not serving us. It's just more suffering and more suffering and more suffering. So here is the mantra of the week for you. Hello, welcome to Mantra Magic. I'm here with Maria Ishtali, and here is our mantra for the week. As I shift my mentality, I shift my reality. As I shift my mentality, I shift my reality. Life is magic, and so it is. Life is magic, and so it is. As I shift my mentality, I shift my reality. It's so cool because I literally sing these around the house. It's so much fun. So if you want to get these in your head, you can go to Amy Joy Coaching on Instagram. And every Friday I post the mantra magic for the week. And please feel free to share it and encourage other people to raise their frequency, because that's what it's all about. So exciting. I love it. All right. So now is the time for a brief commercial. And this is a very specific, intentional commercial. It's called The Vibe. I have one in my house. It's amazing. You lay on this bed and you listen to music, and the bed vibes with the music. Stephanie got to experience it at Abundance Amplifier, which is where I bought it. And I want you to know about it, because this is another way that you can do another product that you can use to help you raise your frequency. So we'll be right back after this with Meditation Moment.
Greetings, I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, host of Energize You TV, every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Go to Fresh Takes right here on E360 and get Reikified and energized today.
All right, so this is the part of the show where we take just 5 minutes to meditate, to become present. So I would love for you to stop whatever you're doing. Maybe you can turn the stove off for a minute, grab the kids, the grandkids, everybody around, and just take 5 minutes. It might possibly be your favorite 5 minutes of the day. Why get present? Well, when we're present, we're not in our messed up past or our projected messed up future, which is what we tend to do. We worry and we get anxious. Worry is thinking about the future, and anxiety is thinking about, or sadness is rather thinking about the past. So we're going to take 5 minutes to just become present. So I'm going to put some beautiful music on from the amazing Gary Malkin. He's a multi-Emmy winner, and he has given this to us to use every week. So I want you to just take a minute to sit down and breathe. Just notice your breath. And at the end of the meditation, I'm going to send you an energetic activation called a Diksha. My spiritual teacher, Sri Preetaji, from last week. If you missed that, go back to e360tv.com and watch it. It was an amazing experience. She has a meditation there that she shares. And she and her husband are the ones that have activated me to be able to give this energetic activation. It's known to heal and give states of enlightenment and joy. It's a beautiful thing. You can receive or not receive. It's all good. It's up to you whether you want it or not. So right now, I want you to just observe. What are you feeling right now? What state are you in right now? Don't make it good or bad, right or wrong. Just feel it for a minute. Now I want you to think about and observe, what are you thinking about? Are they thoughts of the past? thoughts of the present, or thoughts of the future. Again, nothing is bad or good, right or wrong. Just observe it and breathe. And I want you to visualize a candle burning, flickering right in front of your eyes. And I'll slide that candle slowly into the middle of your brain, middle of your head. And just watch it there. And with your hands on your heart, I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for. And while you're in this state, I will send you the activation. Your job is just to receive. And with a deep breath in, come back. I'm going to bring Stephanie on here. We just have 1 minute left. Oh, no, we have a couple minutes left. Yay.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. How do you feel?
I feel super relaxed and really grateful.
Right? It's just 5 minutes, and it's amazing the difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I do an hour meditation every day now. I'm headed back to India in October to finish my course, and we have meditations that we're accountable to. And but I started with 5 minutes. And if you want to do this throughout the day, it's called the Serene Mind Practice. You can find it on YouTube. And you can just do it throughout the day, and it helps you realize where you're at. And sometimes just knowing I am angry will dissolve the anger. Because we just have to become aware, like, oh, right? Instead of being the zombie. This is my 90% subconscious is we're zombies.
Yeah.
We're not aware. And to be able to when you're aware, you have choices.
Mm-hmm. And more power.
Exactly. It always slows me down. It's good for me because I'm in fifth gear most of the time, and it's my goal and my dream to be able to navigate the gears a little bit more efficiently.
I feel you on that.
How are you doing with that?
I feel like I've done a lot better with that in the last year or so.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I want to give people a chance to connect with you. So if you want to reach out to Steph, and if you want a pendant, you can go to stephbeam360.com.
Your power pendants.
And text power pendant, and you can get your own. They're amazing. And if you want to connect with her and get your hypnotist abundance hypnosis, you can do that here.
Yep.
And if you want to dive deep, you can go to amyjoycoaching.com. I have blogs there. I have healing sessions there. Their book download is there. I would love to connect with you. Stephanie and I are here for you, period. It's just a fact.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And Steph, thank you for being here. And we are out of time. And I love you. And remember, together we vibrate higher, and that, my friends, changes the world. We'll see you next week.
Does.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.